From the studios of Adventist World Radio, this is Network 7 News.
Today, a special edition from Zatonie, Poland, along with 2,010 to 16-year-olds from 25 nations across Europe. I'm Piper Anna Shields.
And I'm Dave Barris-Wayne.
And in today's programme,
what's best about a camporee?
Girls.
The friendship.
Football. The marching.
It's the singing.
Talking about God and religious.
We'll bring a full report.
Bringing a smile on the streets of Poland.
And reflections under starlight.
They happen all over the world, but this time in Northern and Eastern Europe. 2,000
children, one campsite, and one reporter dragged away from his comfort zone to sleep in a tent under the stars. Here's Victor Hulbert with his report.
Left, right, left, right, left, right. Mark time, left, right, left. Let's say left.
You could be forgiven for thinking it's a military camp, but it's anything but. These 10 to 16-year-olds are having fun, and they come from all over Europe and beyond.
Hello, what's your name and where do you come from?
My name is Tom and I'm from Poland.
My name is Alina and I come from Latvia.
My name is Christianari and I'm from Iceland.
I'm Rami Said and I'm coming from Finland.
I'm Marco and I'm from Holland.
My name is Arif Sadiq from Karachi area.
They've come to Poland, to Zatonie in the northeast of the country, and a 220-hectare campsite situated on a lakeside in the hot summer sun and managed by the enthusiastic Richard Jankowski.
We can help young people to be Christian and present the Christianity from different perspective. You can't have the long face, be very serious, not fun, not smile, not at all. The Christianity is such beautiful things. You can sing, you can have full of joy and happiness and be together.
The background then for 7 days of fun at the Trans-European Pathfinder Camporee. Fun in the setting of the motto, Jesus for You, with a theme song written by competition winner Shanique Sanderson of England.
Yeah, I'm interested in music, but it's when I heard from my Pathfinder leader that if I wrote this song, it could become a theme song for Poland. I decided to have a go. I just sat down and it just took us a few days to write it. And then I just put some words together and then it came out.
You probably then hadn't heard the song performed until you got here.
No, I was walking up by the marquee and I heard some music playing, so I went inside. There was no one in there at the time and I went inside and I heard them playing it and it sounded good. It was really good.
But what's pathfinding all about? There are 2,000 on site here, but Robert Holbrook, World Pathfinder Director, says that's just the beginning.
There are just a few more around the world. We have close to 2 million. The Pathfinder organization is a club that is sponsored by the Seventh-day Adventist Church for children of all faiths, ages 10 through 16. And it's dedicated to developing their abilities, their interests in the out of doors, their abilities with their hands in the area of crafts and vocational development, and to provide for them a very strong spiritual, moral background.
And that, here, means lots of activities. Whether water sports, including the famous donut rides behind the speedboat, struggling up a climbing wall.
Right foot on, look down, can you see that yellow?
It was really hard and I was grabbing on so tight to the rope as well as the rocks.
Building massive wooden catapults to fire water bombs with.
Here it's a competition in skills, how to build pioneering and have a good teamwork together.
Making crafts such as badge or candle making.
We made a woggle, a scarf,
ring, and it's made from reindeer antlers.
Or even marching and drilling, a surprisingly popular pastime.
1 man. 1, 2. 2 paces for man. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Well, there are 7 objectives for marching. One of them is to get a group of Pathfinders to function as a team, and also to make a Pathfinder disciplined.
Mix all that in with good camp cooking, inspiring worships, the odd water fight in the hot sun, and good music. You'll find kids who are enjoying themselves. Of course, not everything goes smoothly at events like this, and the Pakistani group had particular problems, losing all their luggage at Moscow airport. But they quickly found that this campsite of 25 plus nationalities accepted them as part of the global family.
Wherever we went, to whatever group, whatever country we went, whatever we asked, all of them were kind enough that they provided us the utensils, the tents, and everything, whatever we needed. And above all, their love and affection and kindness was tremendous. It was wonderful.
The music you heard there was from the morning worship Pakistan held in their own camp. Travel across the site and you could hear a variety of singing, at night, more at various bonfires, and naturally during the twice daily worship periods in the main marquee. And it was in the main marquee, sitting on somewhat uncomfortable benches, that they also got a taste of heaven from South African Jonathan Julies, president of Bethel College.
If you receive Jesus, jeżeli otrzymasz Jezusa, if you believe Jesus, jeżeli wierzysz w Jezusa, if you accept Jesus,
I like the theme that was chosen for this Camporee, Jesus for you. I would like them to see Jesus as being everything for them. I'd like to, if possible, you can look at a diamond from different angles, and the more angles you have, the more beautiful the diamond looks. And I'm trying to show them Jesus is perfect, Jesus is complete, Jesus is everything. They get Jesus and much, much more.
And there's one more event we ought to mention. An event that climaxes the Camporee in an act of fun and giving. Market Day. Camp Director Paul Tompkins.
Every country comes and sets up stalls. They sell produce, they produce games and activities. Creativity abounds, but what they're trying to do is raise money for a mission project. This year the mission project is to build a church in Pakistan.
How much money did we raise?
Well, it was absolutely amazing. The grand total we have raised is 5,580 British pounds, which is an amazing figure, and will be able to build the church in Pakistan.
And the good news is events like this happen on a national and international basis right across the globe, bringing hope and fun to millions of children, helping them to develop into adults who can and do make a difference.
And you're listening to a special edition of Network 7 News from Zatonie in Poland.
While days at a Pathfinder Camporee are filled with fun and activities, there are times when some of the youth leave the campsite to visit local towns with music, mime, and face painting.
On the Friday morning, we joined them to see what they were up to, and started by asking Michael why he was going to town, rather than enjoying water sports, crafts, or pioneering.
This is one of the most enjoyable activities, personally, because it's nice to meet the people, nice to get out of the camp area and take what you've learned from the camp to the people outside of the town.
We have been in 2 towns, Sloceniec and Drawsko-Pomorskie.
I'm coming to show how we living in Jesus.
And then you share your joy with people like that.
I want to see people's eyes when we were singing for them.
They can see the joy in us, and I think the Lord interprets to them in one way or the other.
Oh, yeah, I like the mood they was in. like very much singing, enjoying it. The Pathfinders are very much involved in what they're doing. You should see just before when we tried to get them on the buses, everyone is eager to come and nobody wants to be left behind because the buses are full.
Ładnie, no nam się bardzo to podoba.
Ja jestem bardzo wzruszona.
We are deeply moved by it and we find it really beautiful. These people are so happy.
A ja tak chciałam zobaczyć, bo ja czytam.
I read a newspaper about this group and I really wanted to see you, so I'm happy that I can do it now.
No, bardzo mi się podobała.
I like this music very much and it's really moving inside and trying to take me for dancing. And this is for God and for fun also.
Okay. Are you surprised to see young people doing this?
Nie, absolutnie, ponieważ młodzi ludzie...
Absolutely not. I'm not surprised because young people, they do really good things and I am not surprised of this.
Just today I had to leave the group for some minutes to go out and put some diesel in one of the buses here. And coming back, the gas station was a couple of kilometers outside of town, and coming back again we met a lot of people with balloons and books which we could see that they have received in town.
Balloons and books, music, and in one corner a queue of 20 or 30 children all waiting to have their faces painted.
Jola, lat mam 7.
7 years old and my name is Jola.
Motyla.
I am a butterfly.
Mariusz, mam
My name is Mariusz, I am 9 years old.
Tiger.
I am tiger now.
It made them smile. The whole picture is about sharing Jesus with them. But I'm not sure they'll understand that much. But they do understand bright colors and they like laughing with each other, and that's Jesus stuff too.
Gosia, lat 9.
Gosia is my name and 9 years old.
Do you think you look more beautiful now?
Trochę.
A little bit.
Why did you want your face painted?
Tak, żeby...
For some fun and some joy.
Well, from the looks on their faces, they're really intrigued and they're really excited by what we're doing. I don't think anything like this has happened before in their town, so it's new and it's exciting and I think they enjoy it.
One lady was clapping us through her window and saying thank you.
She said to me, I'd like to know your religion more, so I've got a book and I would like to read it and to know something more.
It was nice giving balloons to the children.
And she was really happy watching our singing and what happened here.
And not just her alone, as the deputy mayor came out onto the steps of the town hall to thank the children.
I wish you a good time here, a good feeling, and if you only want, you can come back here. We are waiting for you.
An offer I'd be happy to take up, as would the children, as on the coach back to the campsite, I asked them, did they enjoy it?
And in that report you heard, amongst others, the voices of Klaus Lundström, Pathfinder Director for Sweden, Sean, a face painting expert from London, and Krzysztof Gudja, a local pastor from Poland, along with some 180 enthusiastic Pathfinders attending the Zatonie International Camporee in Poland.
Being at a camporee means that Victor Holbert has been cut off from the internet and totally out of touch with current events, but he still had plenty to think about as he took some quiet time to sit on a hillside above the camporee site.
And looking out over the various national camps with tents, fires, pioneer instructions, and most importantly their kids full of boundless energy, Victor found the energy to write this reflection.
There's something about sleeping out under the stars, and that's exactly what I found myself doing last Sunday night. I should say Monday morning, as after a day of coach and plane travel, we eventually rolled into Zatonie around midnight, pushed the children, under our care, into a couple of large food tents, Then Tim, my 16-year-old son, and I rolled out our sleeping mats on the grass and stretched out, looking up at the stars, listening to the crickets, chatting and living through the memories of previous camporees. We looked up and identified the major constellations, found the North Star, watched shooting stars flash across the sky, and tracked satellites as they progressed their orbit, keeping man in touch with man across the globe. And keeping man in touch with man, with nature, and with God is what a camporee like this is all about. With nature, as over the week the 10 to 16-year-olds live out of doors, surrounded by absolute beauty, and learn more about God's creation. With man, because with 2,000 10 to 16-year-olds from 25 plus nationalities, activities and events are designed to build bridges between various cultures and language groups. Tim has learnt Polish folk dancing and picked up phrases of Hungarian, Swedish and Dutch. And as a small part of the 2,000, our group of 24 have learnt to work as a team in building the campsite, cooking meals with foreign ingredients, building pioneering structures out of logs using rope lashings to keep our entrance arch and flagpole a good 10 meters into the air, dominating the skyline around our part of the camp. And God comes naturally here. Morning watch, worships, singing both with the music team in the marquee and more informally around the campfires in the national camps, and even late at night as you feel ready to collapse into your sleeping bag when a 10-year-old says, "I have some questions I want to ask about the Bible." Because it's often in a more informal atmosphere like this where the youth can see Christianity in action. More than the couple of hours a week in church, they live alongside their leaders for a week, learning to share, ask, and have fun together. As most leaders are volunteers, they learn something of giving and sharing, something of commitment. And as I sit on the hillside below the flagpoles, looking down on the campsite, seeing the incredible structures built out of wooden poles and ropes, towers, swings, a massive Star of David for the Israeli camp, and seeing youth breaking down barriers of language and culture, busy having fun, sharing activities together, making friends, I think, it's not crazy giving up 10 days to come here. It's actually what life is all about. Next year, there's a bigger World Camporee in Kenya. The year after, one with 30,000 Pathfinders in the USA. But it pushes my mind forward to the biggest camporee ever, before God's throne in Revelation 7, where it's not just 25 nations, but a great multitude that no man can number, out of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, worshipping God, saying blessing and glory and wisdom and thanksgiving and honor and power and might be to our God forever and ever. I've seen a taste of that here. I want to see the reality in heaven. That'll be some party, and I suspect a good number of the youth here will play a part in helping people to get ready for that amazing event. An event to look forward to. But for now, from Zatonie, Poland, time for me to get out of the heat of the Polish summer and back into the lake.